In the last video I showed you how I made this little model. In this video I'm going to show you how to do some quick site analysis for it. So the first thing is I'm going to go to the 3D warehouse and get some analysis arrows. So I'm going to grab this straight one and it's going to come into Sketchup as a tiny little arrow. So first I'm just going to scale this up. What I'm going to use this for is to show our winds on the site, so our cool and our warm, our cool and our hot winds. So first I'm going to get rid of this little tail here, and on the back I'm going to draw two arcs coming straight off of it. Make sure you're drawing these straight back on the axis. Okay, so I'll select those two lines and I'm going to copy them straight down. No need to redraw more lines, and then enclose the tail. Now I can extrude this over to the other side and clean up some line work. Now I could even group this tail if I wanted to play with the scaling of that, if I want to make it longer or shorter. But I don't really need to. I think it's good where it is, and so I'll explode it because I'm not going to be changing this. So now I want to show, for this I'm going to show warm summer winds, so I'm going to use a nice red color and paint this whole tool. And stylistically I just like to make these transparent. But when you see it comes out transparent, it's kind of an odd color, and that's because the inside is still painted this dull gray. So if you go inside of it and paint it on the inside, you get a much nicer looking little transparent arrow. So I'll just move this down into place, and I'm going to rotate it some. Now I know on my site I'm going to be getting warm summer winds from the Gulf. So that's going to be coming up from the corner of our property here. And so we have this tree break in front of this, not only to allow views of this pond, but to allow the warm summer winds to enter in the property from here. So now I need to show the cool winter winds. So I'm going to just copy these arrows over here to the side. Now these were components, so I'm going to make sure to make these unique so that when I change these, it doesn't change the original. So I'll go into here and I'm going to change this to a blue color. And I'm going to make that transparent as well. And the same thing happens where the inside is red. So I'm going to go inside of here and paint them blue. Now a quick tip, to rotate stuff really easily without having to use this rotate tool, as you can see, especially on 3D terrain, it's incredibly difficult to just move something flat. So in this situation, it's really easy to just group these two, and then press M for the move tool, and you can see these little red crosses show up that you can select, and it allows you to rotate. So now I'll just move these winter winds into position, and you can see my tree line is blocking these to keep all of the cool winter winds out of the property, and our tree break allowing the warm summer winds in. So since this was all originally done from geolocation, it's already been geolocated so that the sun is in the right position, and the shadows displayed will actually be the shadows displayed at that location. But if you wanted to show the sun diagram, which I know you can do in Revit with a cool little graphic, then I would just come out on this red axis and draw a big arc. And go until it's about a half circle or so, maybe a little less. And then I'll select that arc and bring up the rotate tool and go into the origin. And I'm going to rotate the camera to make sure that I'm almost looking straight on that red axis. So when I move this tool here, you can see it's snapping to the red axis. So I did a sun chart, and I found that the sun path over our site It's 47 degrees. So I'll type 47 in as I rotate that, and you can see it appeared in the tooltip box down at the bottom, angle 47. I'll hit enter, and now I have the sun path for our site, and you could go into the 3D warehouse and grab a little sun, or you can make one your own. It's a tiny little sun, so I'll just make that a little bit bigger. And that's good enough, really. So, and then you could turn your shadows on, and you can start getting a good understanding of this site. So I hope that helps you, and you can use that in some of your projects. So if you want to see more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe.